Okay, second grade, we are going to be doing yarn weaving today. So you're gonna get a paper plate that already has its warp strings on it. The warp strings are the strings that you weave into. And this long string that's coming out of the middle is gonna be your weft string. Your weft string is the string that you weave with. So when we were in kindergarten and first grade, you learned about paper weaving, and so the loom that was like one piece of paper with slits cut in it was the warp, and the strips were the weft. So now this is the warp and this is the weft. And you're going to be weaving essentially just like you did with the paper loom, except that you're going to be weaving in a circle. And the number of spokes in the circle are odd, so that when you get to the end of it and you continue going, your under over pattern alternates over and then under, so that you can create that weaved look. So I am going to take my piece of string and I'm going to start weaving with it. So I'm just going to pick a spot and I'm going to go under and then over and then under and over. And I'm just going to go around in a circle, going under and over. And just like when we were weaving with paper, you want to make sure that you're not accidentally skipping over two of them, that you're really making sure that you're doing one string at a time. Now, after a while, I'm going to pull the string so that I want to make sure that it doesn't get hung up. All right, I'm going to pull the string so that it goes all the way through. All right, and if I pull too tight, it's gonna mess up the weaving, so I'm just gonna pull it gently, and then I'm gonna continue on. Now, I could use this part and go over and under, but then I'd have to unmoor this from the weaving area, so I'm gonna use the end. All right, and under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and I'm just gonna keep on going. All right, and then I'm gonna every now and then stop and gently pull, and then I'm gonna turn it, and you can see that the weaving is happening, the under overs. The overs are kind of pushing the weaving, the warp strings back, so it's hard to tell on this first go through, but you'll be able to see it once there's a couple of rows. So I'm going to keep on going. That's over and under, over and under, over and under. Pull it through. It's about every 5 that I feel like I need to start pulling it through. All right, and it's just real gentle. All right, and then that's over and under and over and under. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've made the full circle now. And so when gotta be careful for that. And when I start to now pull, you'll be able to really start seeing the woven pattern. All right, so the good thing is I don't have to remember, did I go over or under last time? Because if I'm not skipping any, it's going to be right because I'm going in a circle. All right, very gently pull, and you can see now that it's going over and under, and I'm starting to get a little bit of a woven pattern. So I'm gonna keep on doing this, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes after I've gotten a few more rows. Okay, so you can see that there is the nice woven pattern here. All right, you can see that if you don't pull it gently, it kind of stays far away from the rest of it. And then I've run out of string. So I'm gonna take my string and I'm gonna tuck it underneath my little extra bit of string. I'm gonna tuck it underneath and I'm gonna kind of pull it tight. And then I'm gonna take a new string and I'm gonna go under, I'm gonna go a few steps back. So I ended here, so I'm gonna go a few steps back. And I'm gonna tuck this under, and then I'm gonna start weaving, and I'm gonna weave right along with the string that I had just done. All right, so that's over and under, and over and under. And I'm just going to go along and tuck it right up against there. And you notice I didn't tie it or anything. I'm just going right along. All right, and that is going to cover up the loose threads. And once it's been woven in there for a good long while, it's not in any danger of coming out, even though you didn't do a knot. And that is what you do when you run out of color of the yarn. And you can change colors, or you can not change colors, that's up to you. And you'll see that you are going to be able to see some of the warp strings, all right, over the thing, unlike here where it was the same color, but that's okay because it gives it kind of a cool look. So that's how you change strings. And you're just going to weave until you make it all the way out to the edge of the plate, which will probably take more than one class. And they're going to live on the plate, so they're not ever going to come off. Make sure that you flip it over and you write your name on the back of your plate so that you can get it back next time.